If we clear out the lines, the most spellbinding star I recognize is the star that could shock our sky. It is this one. Creepy crawly juice or scarab pulverize. It's a red, very giant star. On the vague possibility that you put it where the sun is, it would reach out to the orbit of Jupiter. It's tremendous, completely whimsical, and going to explode. It's not as clear as it appears to be in the universe. These giant events, like the most feared gigantic starbursts, could shake all that we see. Regardless, do whatever it takes not to see its middle. Betelgeuse has been considered to be a sign, a red, extremely giant star that is usually more significant than our sun. Brian Cox, along with other space specialists, figures it could go supernova, which has made people frightened about what will occur next. The James Webb Space Telescope is taking shocking photographs of the star, raising the question of when Betelgeuse will turn into a supernova and what titanic impact it will have on Earth. Let's sort out the star in the constellation Orion that shines so brightly that even individuals from long ago have seen it. The great star Scarab Juice is situated on the eastern shoulder of the heavenly body Orion. It is the second largest star in the star grouping, and its name comes from this feature, the monster shoulder. It is perhaps one of the most brilliant stars in the night sky. On top of being astoundingly brilliant, the star is also an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, suggests trouble. We've had some tremendous experience with bug juice for quite a while. A Greek inspector named TMY also focused on it around that time. The primary thing people recognized about stars was their color, and TMY said that it was a total colored orange variety. Scientists have been focusing on the star much more eagerly of late, and now they have a brilliant idea of what works. One of these qualities is that the star changes brightness a lot. With an apparent size of 0.6, Scarab Juice is a variable star, which means that its brightness changes over time. Recently trained professionals have found a few new discoveries about the star. In 2019, examiners first saw that insect juice was acting unconventionally. Regardless of the way that Scarab Juice didn't completely stop shining, it wasn't the same. It had become significantly less bright, shining at a level of around 1.6. Specialists quickly began to examine why they were seeing the 10th most brilliant star above. In this capricious manner, specialists expected to offer a surprising explanation based on their research, which revealed strange signs from the star. According to their disclosures, Betelgeuse could go supernova at any second. Brian Cox, a prominent analyst, shared the strikingly risky explanation. As a distinguished professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester School of Physical Science and Cosmology, you shouldn't take his point of view lightly. He also hosts a science show, writes popular science books, and is the Royal Society Professor for Public Engagement with Science. Brian Cox says that creepy crawly juice seems to be a ticking delayed bomb, since it could go off without timely notification. To elaborate on the situation, the James Webb Space Telescope has shown an epic amount of evidence to back up this explanation. Anyway, what whimsical signs has Betelgeuse shown that have brought such a lot of hardship in space science? With the new information about Betelgeuse, the star has been named a supernova contender despite the fact that specialists are still uncertain when it will explode. The fact that startling insect juice is twice the mass of the sun is one explanation for this classification. A star, as it's said, ought to be several times the mass of the sun to be known as a supernova. Things get truly fascinating, though, because inspectors have used different instruments to examine insect juice. For example, the James Webb Space Telescope and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory have been used to see what's happening in space around Betelgeuse. What they found is still a mystery. It was brought into the spotlight on August 31st, a long time ago. Around that time, the star creepy crawly juice clearly offered weird hints that made its future muddled. What did they find? Well, they could detect curious light waves coming from the star, or rather from bug juice, which is incredibly curious. Anyway, it wasn't the only thing experts saw from the star. This takes us back to the likelihood that Betelgeuse is a star whose brilliance changes now and then. It was said that frightening Betelgeuse dimmed down at ordinary intervals and had dark spots, like our sun. Today, however, the circumstances are different. It changes from bright to dim twice as fast as it used to, which is another sign that Betelgeuse is behaving in an unusual way. Scientists found that the star's darkening cycle had hit a band of 1.61 in February 2021. This was not long after the tremendous darkening event. Remember how the star appeared to faint in a bizarre manner in 2019? That's because it's commonly known as the Great Darkening. We could see that this event was the start of Betelgeuse's unusual behavior, which made many people worry that it was going to explode. The range of darkening was 1.2 between 2019 and 2020, and the most diminished degree of darkening ever recorded was in 2019. As a result, subject matter experts were certain that poor scarab juice would go supernova in the next 100,000 years. However, something remarkable happened. Betelgeuse got brighter again after the unbelievable darkening, becoming something even more striking. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics says that the star is now 150% more brilliant than normal, making it the seventh most brilliant star in the sky. Scientists were alarmed when they saw a red glow in the southern part of the sky. Today, it still gets quite fascinating since this has prompted different theories about what caused the Great Darkening. First, it's important to note that not all stars have the red glow of Betelgeuse. The red sparkle of Betelgeuse means that it's a red supergiant star, which is the last phase of a star's life. The red glow, on the other hand, is brought about by a surface temperature of around 3,500 K, which is much cooler than the outer layer of the Sun, which is 5,500 K. Since bug juice is cooler than our Sun, it emits less energy per unit of surface area. In spite of the fact that it is larger and will detonate, experts are still paying close attention because they don't know when it will go supernova. Brian Cox inquires, does it truly mean that creepy crawly juice will go supernova? The fact that scarab juice is a red supergiant already shows that it is almost finished with its life as a star. A star that is dying will also frequently weaken over time, which is something that specialists understand. However, Betelgeuse's new, amazing behavior has made experts much more focused. Besides, many telescopes are now monitoring the remarkable darkening. Still, things get even more intriguing since experts don't have a significant understanding of insect juice. Scientists are now using the most cutting-edge tools to study the fascinating things happening around Betelgeuse. The James Webb Space Telescope has been one of the best tools analysts have used so far. Beginning in 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope has been in space and has helped analysts gather a lot of significant data about Betelgeuse. The new photographs of Betelgeuse's striking darkening taken by this telescope have shown that the event caused a massive mass discharge. Based on new investigations, we now know that this mass ejection was around 400 times more significant than a typical coronal mass ejection. The James Webb Space Telescope can also detect things that our eyes can't see, like light waves and frequencies. This is why scientists are excited about what the telescope will uncover. Analysts have observed dust clouds forming on the star's surface that appear to look like leaves in space. While this may seem strange, it aligns with the idea that Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life. Specialists are still paying close attention to the star because they don't know when it will go supernova. NASA scientists believe that bug juice is significantly more massive than the Sun and that the bright red star will shine for the next 10 years. However, considering the curious things happening with the star, it's challenging to say if this prediction will hold. After the unprecedented darkening, many experts were cautious about making predictions. If creepy crawly juice detonates, it will be the first supernova observed in modern times, with the last one seen by Johannes Kepler in 1604. Experts are hopeful this event won't happen soon, as they are still studying the star's unusual behavior. However, when Betelgeuse does finally explode, it will send shock waves through the universe, releasing an enormous amount of energy. The explosion will momentarily outshine the entire galaxy, appearing as bright as the full moon from Earth. While this event will be a magnificent cosmic display, it won't pose an immediate danger to Earth since the star is located more than 600 light-years away. A supernova, however, will provide scientists with an unprecedented opportunity to study the final phases of a massive star's life. The death of such a star isn't just an end, it's a transformation. It releases heavy elements that will eventually seed new stellar systems. In the meantime, researchers are keeping a close eye on Betelgeuse, observing every fluctuation in its brightness and behavior. The star's irregular dimming and brightening cycles have puzzled scientists, fueling debates about whether the event is simply part of its natural cycle or a precursor to a supernova. One of the most significant findings came from the James Webb Space Telescope, which captured detailed images of the star's surface. These images revealed massive plumes of gas being ejected from Betelgeuse, along with dust clouds that obscure its light. This discovery supports the theory that the star is undergoing intense internal changes as it approaches the end of its life. Another fascinating discovery is the rapid contraction and expansion of Betelgeuse's outer layers. This pulsating behavior is unusual even for a red supergiant and could indicate instability in the star's core. The core, which is composed of heavy elements like iron, is collapsing under its own gravity, a process that will eventually lead to a catastrophic explosion. While scientists agree that Betelgeuse will go supernova, the timeline remains uncertain. Some believe it could happen within a few decades, while others suggest it might take thousands of years. Regardless, the event is inevitable. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it will release a massive burst of energy in the form of light, heat, and particles. The supernova will be visible from Earth even during the daytime, shining as brightly as the full moon for several weeks. For astronomers, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study a supernova in real time. Despite the excitement, researchers are also cautious about the potential implications of such a massive explosion. Although Betelgeuse is located over 600 light-years away, far enough to avoid any direct harm to Earth, the supernova will produce high-energy particles and radiation that could have subtle effects on our planet's atmosphere. In addition to its scientific significance, Betelgeuse's transformation will serve as a reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the universe. Stars like Betelgeuse play a vital role in the cosmic cycle, creating and dispersing the elements necessary for the formation of new stars, planets, and even life. As scientists continue to monitor Betelgeuse, new data from telescopes like the James Webb and Hubble will help unravel the mysteries surrounding this enigmatic star. For now, Betelgeuse remains a beacon of curiosity and wonder, shining brightly in the night sky and reminding us of the vast and unpredictable universe we inhabit.